Continuing a life of service, what a West Liberty police officer is doing to continue protecting his country.
And how President Trump is distancing himself from a chant at a campaign rally in North Carolina earlier this week.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Alexandria Ikomoni.
And I'm Redrick Terry. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News this morning. After being nearly killed in Afghanistan, an Army veteran recommits to a life of service. The West Liberty Police Chief swore him in as a new reserve officer yesterday at the Muscatine County Fair.
A grenade blast hurt Kean Brown while he was serving in Afghanistan in 2011. And now he's ready to help protect his country again, this time a little closer to home. Local 4's Grace Runkle tells us about the support he's getting from his new department.
Oh, say, can you see?
My mom always tells a story when I was a baby, before I could even talk. I was playing with my rice, pretending there were tanks making shooting noises.
Kean Brown's passion is protecting. That's why he enlisted in the Army in 2010.
I wanted to go infantry, boots on the ground.
But his life was almost cut short. Just 3 months after his deployment in Afghanistan, a grenade knocked him 15 feet in the air.
I remember hitting the ground and just seeing blood, and my first thought was, oh my gosh, one of my guys is hit. And I had a hole in my hip about the size of a $50 from shrapnel. It broke my face, it tore up all my nerves. So when I touched my face, I couldn't feel it, and I'm like, I'm dead, that's it. You know, I thought my face was somewhere on the other side of the tent.
Brown flatlined from loss of blood, but doctors saved his life. So Brown deployed again, this time to Saudi Arabia and Kuwait.
Even now, if somebody said, oh, would you go back? It's like, yeah, in a heartbeat. Absolutely. And they think I'm nuts for it, but there's some brotherhood and something about it, and about that service too, that I still want to do, and that's still my dream. So why not be a police officer and still continue to serve?
I, Kean Brown.
I, Kean Brown.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Life after the military hasn't been easy, with flashbacks, panic attacks, and nightmares.
I'd wake up crying, I'd wake up screaming, you know, I'd wake up and just not know where I am and look for my rifle.
He found relief in a rescue dog named Galilee.
I call her my lifesaver. She is my girl.
Inspired by his story, Police Chief Kerry Kinman designed this badge. Each of his officers wear it, and anyone can buy it. Every dollar made goes to the Patriot Guard Riders and a charity that helps pair veterans with service dogs.
So many times our veterans, they come back and, you know, they kind of can get lost in the shuffle a little bit. If we can give a leg up or give a helping hand on that, that's an awesome day for us.
Oh, I am honored to wear this patch. I'm so happy that it's going to help other veterans like myself to get a partner, to get someone who's going to help them out in their lowest of times. I have been looking forward to this day for months, just to get out back here and serve. It's a big dream of mine. I want to do everything I can for you guys.
Welcome.
Grace Runkle, Local 4 News.
The police department made more than $4,000 from selling the badges yesterday. How you can buy one and more about Brown's stories on our website, ourquadcities.com.
President Trump is not happy about the cinder back taunts that supporters chanted at a campaign rally in North Carolina.
The president says he disagrees with the chant's message and even tried to stop them. Laura Podesta has more in your national headlines.
Not happy with it.
President Trump says he disagrees with the "send her back" message supporters chanted at a rally Wednesday night. It began when the president questioned the loyalty of Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, a Somali native.
It was quite a chant, and I felt a little bit badly about it.
Yesterday, Mr. Trump told reporters he tried to stop it by quickly resuming his speech. But video shows a pause of almost 15 seconds at that point. White House advisors urged the president to soften the attacks on Omar and other progressive lawmakers known as the Squad. Some Democrats fear that the war of words could lead to violence.
It's hard to believe she's not going to get threats coming out of a rally like that.
Last night, Congresswoman Omar received a hero's welcome upon her return to Minnesota.
When I said I was the president's nightmare, well, you're watching it now. His nightmare is seeing a Somali immigrant refugee rise to Congress.
House leaders say they're discussing ways to provide the women with extra security. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Republican Congressman Tom Emmer, the chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee, says there's no place here for send her home chants.
U.S. tensions with Iran continued to escalate yesterday after a U.S. Navy ship destroyed an Iranian drone in the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump said the drone got too close to the USS Boxer and refused to back down after several warnings. Iran's foreign minister said his country had no information about losing a drone. Less than a month ago, Iran downed a U.S. drone in the Strait of Hormuz. And record-setting dangerous temperatures are expected to affect millions of people across the U.S. Forecasters say the heat wave will hit the central and eastern U.S. the hardest and last throughout the weekend.
About 24 African entrepreneurs checked out businesses in the Quad Cities yesterday. John Deere was one of them. All of the entrepreneurs are part of a fellowship at the University of Iowa. Now, the goal of the 6-week program is to help their businesses grow. One woman says she learned the importance of separating family and work while at the John Deere.
Realize that the family of John Deere is not really working with John Deere. So, but then it's important that for your company to be able to grow, you need to understand the value of family and the value of work. You need to separate the both sides. So I realized that their work ethic is really important for someone to be able to grow well.
They took a tour of John Deere Harvester Works, went to the John Deere Pavilion downtown Moline, and then walked along the Mississippi River. So I know the views were nice. It sounds like a great day for them, but the weather yesterday for walking was not so nice.
Not so nice.
Not
Sure,
so
all that
nice.
other stuff was great, actually, touring the pavilion and things
Yes.
like that. But boy, that walk along the river had to be hot.
Feel bad for him.
Yeah.
A couple of sweats.
Yeah. Welcome to the Midwest. It's not supposed to be like this, I promise.
You guys keep saying that with the winter, the summer. I have no idea what to believe anymore.
Well, that's the Midwest.
I mean, you really just came into one of the most extreme years I've ever been a part of.
Wow.
That's
It's
for
not
sure.
supposed to be like this, but we don't know what it's supposed to be like, so who knows? Alrighty.
Maybe it is.
Well, here today, it's not a bad day to find your nearest watering hole and cool down a little bit, but I would say do it in the morning or do it in the evening. You want to make sure that you're not going to be out there during that peak heating of the day. Air quality not going to be good. Highs in the upper 90s. Very, very humid outside. But otherwise, really going to be a hot one. We'll kind of time out when some relief comes up, coming in a little bit.
Sorry, we're a little distracted. They're setting up Foodie Friday.
Foodie Friday has arrived.
Let me tell you, it's going to be a treat. You're going to want to stay tuned for that, for sure.
But first, coming up, what some Hawkeye opponents had to say at Big Ten Media Day in Chicago.
Jay Kimball has that more next in sports.
Time now, 6:39. You're watching Local 4 News this morning. I'm hungry.
WHBF is local for you with Frederick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.